You've been doing real estate for decades. Does this case strike you as odd?
If you're going to sue this case and win, you got to sue every real estate developer everywhere. This is all they do. This is what they do all day long, every day. So I don't think this thing will ever survive appeal, regardless of what the fine is. This doesn't even make sense.
They didn't expect this interview. This video is brought to you by YRefi.com, YRefi.com. Ladies and gentlemen, do you trust the economy? How about secured investments that actually help people? You can earn up to 10.25 fixed rate of return that's not correlated to the stock market or the Fed. You are in control. You can turn your income on or off, compound it, whatever you choose. Your interest is compounded daily, and you get paid monthly with absolutely no fees. You can have a peace of mind. There is no attack on principal if you ever need to have your money back. You'll get your monthly statements with no surprises. This is a secure, collateralized portfolio that may be a better option than what you have right now. All you have to do, that's invest the letter Y, then REFY.com, or you can call 888-YREFI. 24. And you may have heard this from many other people that you already know. Sean Hannity, Dennis Prager, Charlie Kirk endorsed YRefi, and also Larry Elder, which is a really good friend of mine. But when you go to investYRefi.com, make sure you tell them that Brandon Tatum sent you. Like and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, they had no idea what they were getting involved in when it comes to this interview. CNN somehow bite off too much or more than they can chew when they have people on with the expectation that Donald Trump is an idiot and all other conservatives are dumb and capitalism is bad. Then they bring on someone who really set the record straight. You know, one of the most successful businessmen, you can see his stuff on the Shark Tank. Kevin O'Leary literally embarrasses the entire narrative of what CNN was trying to portray when it comes to Donald Trump. And I've been saying this for 100 years, and I'm not even an investor. Stevie Wonder can see that what Donald Trump is alleging to have done when it comes to, they say, exaggerating his net worth and his property value and his assets. And it's like, what are you even talking about? If you go to a bank, you know, disproportionate assets or exaggerated assets, the bank does their due diligence to verify if your asset is actually worth what you said. I can't just go to the bank and get a loan out and say, I'm worth $10 million. I got a condo that's worth $8 million and the condo is worth $800. They're going to do their due diligence and underwriting. You guys are going to negotiate and come to a fair ground of what that is actually worth, so you can then, I'm going to say get money. So you can then have loan money from the bank at a reasonable amount. And the bank ain't just going to let you just screw them over. They do have a department that looks for things like this. But I want you to hear what Kevin O'Leary said, and we'll go after that.
You've been doing real estate for decades. Does this case strike you as odd?
Well, let's leave out Trump for a minute, and let's leave out politics and just talk about what happens in real estate development anywhere. So if you're a developer and you've got a building on a block anywhere in America and it's worth, let's say, $500 million, and you want to build a building right beside it, you go to the bank and say, this building is worth $500 million. I'd like to borrow a construction finance loan against this asset, and I want you to tell me it's worth $500 million too. And the bank negotiates with you and says, well, no, we think it's worth $400 million. And you fight it out. You're always trying to show your assets in the brightest light with the sunshine you could possibly determine for them. You want them to be worth the very most because you're only going to get a 40 or 50% loan to value, as it's called. Then you borrow that money. In the case of a $500 million asset, maybe you get $250 million, and you build a new building with a construction finance loan. And so that's what this case is all about. And by the way, forget about Trump. Every single real estate developer everywhere on earth does this. They always talk about their asset being worth a lot, and the bank says no. And that's just the way it is. So in this case, when I'm trying to figure out, and I'm not pro or con, or I don't care about the politics, who lost money? Nobody. The bank got paid back the construction finance loan, and a new building was built. And if you're going to sue this case and win, you got to sue every real estate developer everywhere. This is all they do. This is what they do all day long, every day. So I don't think this thing will ever survive appeal, regardless of what the fine is. This doesn't even make sense. Now, look, I know Trump's got a lot of problems in other indictments and everything else, but this, if you're a real estate developer, you're watching this, you're saying, what is this? This is ridiculous.
Thank you, Kevin O'Leary. I'm glad that he said that because I thought it was ridiculous as well. And I honestly believe that after interviewing somebody like this who is world-renowned, somebody who has an incredible reputation when it comes to finances, somebody who was on the Shark Tank, that done a lot of investments, that probably did exactly the same thing that Trump is doing, when he tells you this, you should listen to him. Meaning that when he says this, CNN should stop running bogus stories because they brought on a person who they trusted that will give them adequate insight. So they should stop peddling this lie that Donald Trump has done something fictitious and fraudulent, and he's overestimating his income, and it's completely stupid. I hope these people go to hell if it was me. That's why I'm not God. If I was God, I'd send them straight to hell for lying on Donald Trump and being fraudulent just so they can manipulate an election and try to steal it again. Those are the things that bother me. And sometimes they don't keep me up at night, but they keep me thinking about wanting to stay up at night because I think it's horrifying what they're doing to Donald Trump. And when it backfire, I hope that he put his foot deep in you know what. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.